Well, hello racing fans, and welcome to our Saturday preview. Of course, it's a busy day. Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, where all the feature races are at. But at Turffontein, we are warming up now to the Betway Summer Cup. We know the final field, and the book should be out soon. It's Saturday, the 23rd of November, and there's 8 races at the Big T Turffontein. Yeah, when it comes to feature races, really nothing to speak about, but all the action, as I mentioned, will be alongside. That's at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. But Alistair Cohen is going to be joining us for the preview, as he always does for the 8 races. Exciting end to the month, Alistair, and I think we can possibly call it a nice build-up from the Western Cape leading into the Big T next week.
Yeah, absolutely, Dees. It all dovetails. Good day to you. Good day to all the viewers and the racing fans. An 8-race card at Turffontein, as you rightly say. A lot of the attention, or most of the attention, will be on the Hollywoodbets Durbanville card with the start of the Cape Summer Festival of Racing. But this is a bit of a warm-up for the Betway Summer Cup. I mean, it might look like, well, we're a week away from the Summer Cup. Why don't we have a feature? Why don't we have something? But I mean, if you want to have a world-class race day, then you're not going to schedule a whole lot of feature races just a week out. I think there's still a few horses that are very interesting on the day, horses that might have a lot of potential. That third race keeps me very interested indeed. But yeah, it is a warm-up, and as you said, dovetails nicely as we go from Hollywoodbets Kenilworth a week later Turffontein for the Betway Summer Cup, and then through the next 2 grade ones at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth with the World Sports Betting Cape Fillies Guineas and the Hollywoodbets Cape Guineas. And I'm really looking forward to the Cape Guineas. That list of nominations, although not everyone from Joburg nominated, is likely to run. I do believe the Cox coming. I do believe that Terry's coming with a specialist. So very excited to see the first sort of flavour of us locking horns with one another, the 3-year-old department this season.
Okay, let's see what we can do at the Big T on Saturday. We begin in race number 1, a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters. And as we always mention, this show is recorded early. Keep an eye on the latest updates on race day with regards to scratchings, jockey changes, and whatever else that may be declared when it comes to equipment. Number 1 at 11 to 10. Horse number 2 at 17 to 10. Then we got number 5 at 5 to 1, and 7 is a scratching. There is a first timer here from the stable of Robin Claassen. That's in double figures. And what are we doing? Leg 1 of this bipod. It's 1,600 meters. It's a maiden. The fillies go to post. 2 horses seem to dominate the betting. Are we going for 2, 1, or are we including number 5 as well? Or is it just one horse for you?
These, the bipod, are my suggested bets on this card, and that obviously begins in the first race, 25 past 12. I'm surprised to hear the market. I'm surprised to hear Lacewing trading as short as 11 to 10. Coming off a 91-day rest against a horse that I think is just more progressive. That surprised me. I banked it number 2, Tuscan Star, 3.5 lengths to Glamorous Lady, who was a good thing last time out, even though we went a couple of horses in that race. Glamorous Lady was hard to oppose. She finished well in front of Ono no Comanche. I see no reason for that form to turn around, and I think that she's stepping up all the while. She's likely raced the half sister to without question. I do think that her last run sets her up nicely on the back of a 3-month break after Alex led stint in KZN towards the back end of winter. Alex had a very slow start to life in Joburg, but that's turned since November calendars became forefront on your fridge. Alex led's come alive, much like a few others up in Joburg, and I really think number 2 Tuscan Star will take all the beating. Banker in the bipod. Fate number 1, Lacewing. There's no way that I can sit here and say she can't win. She most definitely can on the back of 3 seconds, but I don't know those form lines. I know Vulcanite came out and franked the form, but let's also bear in mind that Vulcanite won by 8 1/4 lengths. She made Lacewing look quite ordinary last time, and at 5 to 10. I think number 5, Isaiah's Tiara, judging by how the top 2 are priced up, Isaiah's Tiara is good swinger value, with Trent Mayhew taking the ride for his father, but I don't see number 2 Tuscan Star missing the top 2 at worst.
Okay, I think come race time, after those comments, you could see a reversal of which horse starts off as the top one. At this stage, it's number 1, but after Alistair's comments, it could turn out to be number 2. We'll see where the real money is, the race time money in race number 1 is. Race number 2 kicks off the place accumulator. You need to get on by 1,300 hours, 1 p.m. sharp, 1,600 meters the distance. Number 2 is trading at 10 to 1. I took down the betting for this horse, Alistair, because I think on some of the better form lines, especially that penultimate start, could be a factor here with the 2.5 off from draw 1. So number 5 is at 5-2. Horse number 6, Pia Stradom now rides. That's at 14-10. Number 7 is at 6-1. And 8 is at 7-1. Of course, I don't know how this was declared, but it must have just been an error on the system because we know where Gavin Larina is on the day. So Pia is riding number 6, Fireburst. Place accumulator, how are we going here?
In the bar pot, I've gone 3 horses, D's, 2, 5, and 6. So I'm happy to narrow it down to 2 horses in the place accumulator. I'm glad you mentioned number 2, Champimpi. She's a 10-1 shot. As you say, she's got more in her favour than probably ever before. Draw 1, 2.5 kilo claim. Last time, just completely right off that run. She was slow away. She cannot afford to do that. If she's slow away again, she'll run exactly like she did last time. But if she comes out and she travels, she's a very interesting runner, number 2, Champimpi. But there's no doubt that number 6, Fireburst, is a horse they all need to beat. She's a well-bred daughter of Fire Away. You'll remember the mother, Rat Baron, was also owned by Mary Slack. Pia Stradom, very interesting jockey booking. I thought last time was a fair test in a novice handicap. I know a handicap, obviously, by rights, all horses are weighted to finish in a straight line. But she took on a horse that's running in the Dingons a week later in the former Chestnut Bomber, and in and around there were horses that I think at the time were just a step ahead, maturity, strength-wise, etc., etc. And I think that run will do her a world of good. And I also of the opinion that the Standside track will help her out, because when she went to the front and won her maiden, she just kept on finding, she just kept on plugging her way. So maybe the inside course just found her out, and she never had an opportunity to find her feet and sort of quicken off that. So I think number 6, Firebird, deserves her place at the top of many a list. And then the other horse I've got in the buy pot, number 5, Tried and True. She's a chance. Diego de Gavea takes her out for Robin Klaassen. Since coming from Cape Town, had a run the Hollywoodbets Greyville Polly, pleasing run behind La Ultimo, and then beat Can't Catch Me with ease last time on the back of a £6 penalty. A little bit harder, but to me she looked like she won that a little bit easier than the margin suggested, and she could be a win or 2 ahead of the handicap at number 5, Tried and True. So 2, 5 and 6 for me in the bar pot. Probably going to go 2 and 6 in the PA.
2 and 6 in the PA, and you heard it, Alistair suggested bet is the bar pot. We'll wait for those numbers when we sum things up at the end of the show. Race number 3 is the start of the big one, the Pick 6 graduation plate over 1,000 meters, and we often refer to the best weighted column, which I'll read out after the betting. Number 2 is at 28-10. Horse number 3 at 6-1. 4 is at 3-1. There is money here for Jan Janssen van Vieren's runner, number 5, from 5-2 into 18-10 Hollywoodbets. And then a very interesting horse here is Ronda Bosch. Showed his well-being in a big way after his rest and gelding back in May. With, I see in the computer form, the form guide I'm using, it says exercise gallop. I must agree with that. Made that look very, very easy. So the best weighted column, it's tight between 3 runners, numbers 7, 4, and 5. Then a slight gap to horse number 2 and a gap to number 6, Ronda Bosch. What are we doing here? Because I was impressed with this horse number 6, Ronda Bosch, but I know it was just a maiden win, but just the manner in which he won coming back from gelding, Alistair.
Geez, I've been at Turffontein twice when this horse has run his first 2 starts. He is one of the most beautiful sons of Gimme. I mean, Gimme the green light can stamp it, but Ronda Bosch just knows that he's handsome. Not that that generally translates into a good racehorse, but I've chatted to quite a few people involved, and the consensus is that this horse is better than a 94. He's got draw 1. It's just a matter of him learning how to race. He's got a very awkward head carriage. He fights. He's a very, very strong boy. If Sereno can just get him out and get him to drop his head, better than last time when he trotted up beating Dwight Eisenhower. It's a very weak form line, but let's also consider that he could have won that by double the margin that he did. He's a very, very interesting horse going forward. I'm prepared to say the best weighted column, although it's a very valuable guide, 90% of the time, that Ronda Bosch is better than a 94, net 91 according to the conditions of the race, or an 84 according to the weight for age scale. That Ronda Bosch is better than that. So he's going to be my top choice, but he if he does get beaten, he will be his own worst enemy. Number 2 on the card, Lead the Charge. Striker takes the ride for the As. He's back from a 73-day layoff. I think this horse is above average as well. I've got him in the play. 1,000 meters could be his game. Is one of his 2 wins have come over this trip. I think Stratum's probably the right man for the job on the son of Lancaster Bomber. I've got a feeling that he's he might be a type of horse that might be able to sneak into those feature races off the lightweight races like the Senior Santa, etc. I don't know what direction the Aussies are taking, but there's a lot to like about him. There's a lot to like about the way that he races, and the fact that he's got a bit more experience than the other 3-year-olds in the race. I see no harm in that. So 2 and 6, my bar pot numbers. Pick 6 definitely, including number 5, Master Casper. What puts me off is the rest of 133 days, but what encourages me is that I know he's held in high regard, and he is a very nice horse. So he's got a winning chance. He's the 3rd horse in the pick 6.
Let's go. Race number 4, Jackpot 1, 1,600 meters, divided handicap for fillies and mares. There's some action here, anti-post, which may interest you. Number 1, Happy Mo, from 3-1. That has shortened into 16-10. Money for Van Vieren's horse here, Happy Mo. Then we go on to number 2 at 33-10. Horse number 3 at 13-2. Number 4 at 4-1. 7 is trading at 15-2, and so is number 8, Courageous, at 15-2. It looks like a tricky race, but the market is pushing us in a direction here, Alistair, to number 1, Happy Mo, because that's proper that the horse has been backed to 16-10 this early. Rachel Vinegar to the 4.
You know that last run in the graduation plate when beating the 104 rated Mia Moo, she got no penalty for the win.
Yes.
Mia Moo's come out and won again. The draw's obviously a concern, hence I've gone 4 horses in the bar pot, but all things being equal, I think she'll take a lot of beating number 1, Happy Mo. She's actually surprised me in the way that she's stayed consistent, that she's basically not as bad as what I certainly thought, and I think the 1.5 kilo claim is obviously a massive advantage. That's a debate for another day. So she does stand out as the horse that they all need to beat. I think she'll run her race. If she doesn't win, she'll be right there. Other horses that need to be recommended, number 2, Hillary Step, Trent Mayhew up for Diane Stenger. She was simply best of the rest last time behind VJ's Angel. VJ's Angel was just found the perfect race, Grade 1 winner off top weight, but against some hard-knocking fillies that are never going to get to Grade 1 level. So number 2, Hillary, best of the rest, that is enough for me to respect her chances. Number 4, Spirited Girl in the last run till Will He Meet Again has to be a chance. No way that we can completely write off her chances. Penultimate start ran 3rd to Andy's Girl. Andy's Girl a week ago ran a place in the black type summer pudding handicap, so all those form lines are going well. But I've do it with Diamonds, the other horse, the 4th horse that I've got in my bar pot play. I'm a bit worried about how Hammy's Hero ran at the VAR on Thursday, to be fair, but she's in good heart at the moment. Do it with Diamonds. She's won from one of the Turffontein stand-side track as well, so there's no reason to suddenly say, well, off a £3 penalty, she suddenly can't win when she is in good form. If it was more than a £3 penalty, I'd put a bit of a question mark, but she's in the play while her confidence is up and while she's winning. So 1, my top choice, but if it goes wrong for number 1, Happy Mo in the bipod, then 2, 4, and 5 should suffice.
There could be a way of reading this race with number 1, Happy Mo. As Alistair mentioned, no penalty for winning last time out. But if you want to say it, then you have to. She's actually dropped in the rating by 1.5 kgs with Rachel Vinegar up. So that is it with number 1, Happy Mo. And we'll see if that anti-post money is spot on, whether she shortens further come race time. Number 1, Happy Mo, the horse to beat. Oh, you play for a result, and if you get it, you're certainly going to drop tickets. Race number 5 is a middle stakes over 2,000 meters, and horse number 1 at 6-1, number 2 at 7-2, horse number 4 at 6-1, 5 is at 28-10, 6 is at 4-1, and number 8 is at 7-1. Well, I don't know if he may, Pierre Stratum coming from Kabeja, tried his hand with that board in his hand, but he certainly loves Indian Ocean. Number 2 from 2 with Pierre. Pierre's getting on like a house on fire with this mare. She's a 5-year-old, and she seems to be finding a best stride at this age.
And D's, tactically, both wins were totally different. From last in the penultimate, and then from start to finish was 64.5 last time. I mean, that was genius from striker on number 2, Indian Ocean, last time out. She's a huge runner. I only like 2 horses here. Indian Ocean's one of them. Just on what she did last time, she's got 59.5 this time around. She's sister to all those stays that Fabian Habib trained, the Out of Your Leagues, and all of those. So the stamina won't be a question. You can see Lorenzo Karima Manapandaram's stance here about sort of testing her over an extended distance. Not that she's ever been disgraced there. With Pierre on board, number 2, Indian Ocean, definite chance. But my top choice is number 5, Tamara's Tree, out of draw 1. This horse hasn't got into the number 1 box in 203 days, but with that said, I think his run was slightly strong. I know it's a middle stakes yet again, but those handicaps, he came up against Dunny Player. Dunny Player was hell-bent on getting into the Betway Summer Cup. He had bad draws along the way to number 5, Tamara's Tree. Since coming back from Cape Town, he's remained very consistent. I really liked him last time when Dunny Player just outran him. He gave a little bit of weight away. And off a £2 penalty, which is not ideal. I don't like horses being losers and getting penalised for them, but that's the way the handicapper assessed it. I still think number 5, Tamara's Tree, will run his race. So those are the only 2 horses that I'm keen on to win it, or for the bar pot anyway, 2 and 5. I went strongly with number 4, Imperial Master last time, made him a PA banker. He did me proud running 3rd behind Rule by Force. He's got to have some sort of squeak, number 4, Imperial Master, but 2 and 5, and that's where I'm going to draw the line in the sand.
So now, just want to touch on one thing. I mean, we watch racing on a daily basis. I don't know when last I saw a horse lump 64.5 and win over 2,000 meters. Have you seen that before?
Oh, not over 2,000. I remember back in the day of the Val Sand, Leon Erasmus had a horse called Little Hampton. I don't know if you remember her, yes. But she was a sprinter. I think she once carried 66.5 or something crazy like that. But yeah, like I said, a sprint on the sand is totally different to 1,000 meters straight with a 2,000 meters behind you with 64.5. I mean, that's a burden to carry.
Okay, numbers 2 and 5 for Alistair, and he could be on the right 2 horses there just to try and minimize the spend for you, the valued racing fan, in race number 5, if you're going to go with him there. Race number 6, 1,400 meters, merit rated 72 handicap. Number 2 is at 2 to 1. 3 is at 7 to 1. 5 is at 22 to 10. 6 at 7 to 2. 7 at 6 to 1. And although it's a small field of 9 runners, this race, I'm going to say that whilst we got this horse on target for Tony Peter, that the money was down and won a good race and open to any amount of improvement, you do very well to minimize your spend, Alistair. Can you help us?
That's 3 horses. 3 horses in the bar pot, 3 horses in the pick 6. Probably 2 in the place accumulator D's, 2, 5 and 6. Number 2 on target, my top choice. I like what I saw last time. He was drawn on the right side of the track at the Val, but he won like a pro. His penultimate start, his debut when he ran behind Seawolf, was a good effort. Seawolf held in high regard by the same yard. I like Sereno's engagement here for Tony Peter. I like the fact that he's going places that the rest of the field simply won't go. I think he's ready for it, and I think if he can't win this, then they're probably going to be in a bit of trouble and probably going to be condemned to running at this level forever. I think that he'll take a lot of beating here, number 2, on target. The reason why I've got 2 horses to back him up with is as follows. Number 6, Just Var, did us a favour last time. He would have done us an almighty favour at his penultimate start, to be fair. But now back on track, winning again, confidence up. What this horse ran against is a 3-year-old, been well documented on the show. I like that he actually won. He tried his best not to win last time out to Just Var. Beat it down, kept chipping away at him, but he still managed to get the job done. So Just Var in the play. 1,400 meters, I don't think will be an issue, considering he's been tested at this type of probably stronger level in Cape Town and not being disgraced. Even though he's not hit the boards, I think he's at the right time and place to at least run very well. And number 5, Fast Duty, although his standside track record is wretched, his last win going off at 9 to 10, beating Guerrilla Warfare in the way that he did, it was very, very appealing to the eye. So 5, Fast Duty is probably more backup than anything else, but I've got him in anyway because I'll kick myself if he were to win, and I didn't have him in. But 2 and 6, my top 2 without a shadow of doubt.
Okay, number 6 is definitely the right horse at top of betting the boards, and the more I look at this race, the more I'm going to be in the corner of number 2 on target. As Alistair mentioned, he's going to achieve much better than just being a one-time winner and off this rating of 83 if he just continues to build from where he left off last time out. I like him. Race number 7, 1160 meters, merit weighted 95 handicap. It's a B division class here. Nice race. We'll have some quality here. Number 2 at 5-1, 3 at 5-1. There is money for Slinky Mapimpi, number 4, from 9-2 into 7-2 with the 1.5 kgs off. Number 5 is at 5-1. Horse number 8 is at 33-10. And I had to look twice to see the return of a certain Ikigai for Sean Terry as an 8-year-old entire. Hasn't seen since May last year, but obviously Sean's been just keeping him ticking over, sorting out issues, etc. And maybe the horse is here to race for another career is one that we'll just keep an eye on.
Yeah, bless Sean. He doesn't die wondering, does he? Number 6, Ikigai. I saw his name in the Grand Heritage entries, and I thought that the Bureau might have made a mistake. But here we are, 559 days since his last run. A lot's changed in our lives since then. And bear in mind that if he ran in the top 5, he's Ek1 millionaire, number 6, Ikigai. But it's just great to see him on track. I suppose this is a no-pressure run to see if he is worthy of having a few more rolls of the dice and potentially going for the Grand Heritage on the 21st of December. Very, very hard race, these. This is as close to a field race as you can get on the card. The most interesting horse for me is number 9, Brave Viking. Drawn on what's perceived to be the wrong side of the track. That is a blow. But his ratings come down again. The amount of times, just look at how often this horse has been supported in the market, Dees. He's always the talking horse. Turn up at the races and everyone's on number 9, Brave Viking, and he hasn't done anyone a favour for 541 days. If he was drawn towards the outside, you can see what Joey Soham is trying to do. There's a lot of speed on the dam side. I had a good look at this pedigree. There's a lot of speed on the dam side. He doesn't run like he's an out-and-out sprinter, but it's back to basics. Let's see if he can, what he's showing at home. He must be showing something if there's always support for him. What he's showing at home, if that can be yielded and produced on the track in a sprint. So I don't think this is sort of an absolute pressure run for number 9, Brave Viking, but if he does go and show himself in a positive light, then there could be a lot of options that open up for him going forward. If number 8, Edward Rye, is fit enough and well enough, he'll be a big chance. He's turned the corner under Tony Peter. He had a fractured pelvis and came just a few months later and went bang bang, beating 2 Miles West, who runs early in the card. I think he's now a 3-time winner and beating San Simon as well. So Edward Rye's got to have his chance. There are a lot in here with chances. Slinky Mapimpi, the fact that he's been supported. He's in the same boat as Brave Viking for me. Even though he's run a place twice over 1160 meters, I don't know if he's going to be getting there in time. He's got the outside draw, which is obviously an advantage, but I'm certainly not involved in him as far as getting a little bit of an early punt on the son of Coup de Gras, but he's a winning chance. You know what, the more I look at it, the most reliable option here is probably number 2, Richard the First, but with no degree of confidence. Ran in a feature last time. I say that was probably his career best, or very close to his career best, behind Shayavana. Chase Morjan's riding a winner in meeting, so he's probably the most reliable horse in a race where there are a lot of question marks. I'll talk myself in circles. I probably already have.
Okay, race number 7. Alistair has given his numbers. I just thought, I actually noticed that figure of Ikigai as well, how close he is to be the next equine millionaire. And I just thought of something, whether it's the up run or the down run. You're in the stadium, the clock is ticking over, the finishing post is in sight, and boom, the gun has sounded. That's how I feel for Ikigai, and I'm hoping that he gets there. It's actually less than 400 Rand, can you believe it? And as Alistair mentioned, you just need to run 5th here. Come on, Ikigai, race number 7. Race number 8, we close things off. 1160 meters, a merit-rated 80 handicap, and this is the way we are going. Numbers 1 and 2 are 8-1, and number 3 at 33-10. Horse number 4 at 33-10. Number 9 is at 9-2, and Jeffrey Seister has picked up the ride on horse number 13. So your buy pot is done and dusted. You've touched on race number 7. What are we going to suggest to close off the meeting on a high here, Alistair, to give us every chance of possibly being in the winner's enclosure and that Pepe Batal that we all love?
Geez, what price is number 8, Prince of Kildare?
Prince of Kildare, I haven't jotted that down, but I have my device on me, and it has to be double figures, and we can do that very quickly for you. Yep, horse number 8, Prince of 16-1.
There's value value there about number 8, Prince of Kildare. Hear me out, ran behind the unbeaten Countin Victor last time out. He's got to have a huge chance when they're racing at the Vaal on Thursday, does Countin Victor. Wolf Mountain ran in the Grand Beck, finished next to Musical Score. Musical Score won a race 3 divisions stronger than this on Thursday at the Vaal. Sure, I think this horse is a live chance. Billy Raters and Kiratila Kachedi had a winner on Friday night with Halberdier. I think number 8, Prince of Kildare, represents a lot of top 3 value. He can win. He's in my pick 6 along with 2 others. I think number 3, Ampersand, probably the horse I'd tip on top. But if also you go back to the 24th of October when they met, Prince of Kildare finished in front of Ampersand. There was only a length in it. Yes, Ampersand comes in better weighted. That's by virtue of Garish Ducat's 4-kilo claim. Garish had a winner at the Vaal on Thursday. But I recommend that if one's 33 to 10, one's 16 to 1, that's horribly skewed. But Ampersand, yes, goes into the pick 6. And the only other horse on the pick 6 in my race that fell to 3 is number 9, Fastnet Philly. Could only but win last time out when beating Roaming Spirit, who I think is a winner in waiting. I think the 3rd horse, my one and only, came out and won a Work Riders on Thursday at the Vaal as well, so that's all looking all right. Marco van Rensburg up for Brett Croft, but 9 Fastnet Philly has a winning chance, and I don't want to know about anything else in the last race. 3 horses, that's all.
3 horses from Alistair Cohen, with the value being horse number 8, Prince of Kildare. Let's go to your suggested bet as we close things off, and it is the bar pot which is up on screen.
So here we go, 25 past 12 Ds. That's when the bar pot gets underway. Open up with banker number 2, Tuscan Star. That's the only banker I've got in the bar pot, but I'm not breaking the bank. And for what it's worth, caught the buy pot at the Vaal on Thursday. It wasn't a record-breaking payout, but we won. We made a profit, and we move on. Secondly, gone 2, 5, and 6. Champimpi, Tried and True, and Fireburst by 2 and 6 lead the charge. And Ronda Bosch by 1, 2, 4, and 5. Happy Mo, Hillary Step, Spirited Girl, and Do It with Diamonds. 2 horses in the 5th leg, race 5, 2 Indian Ocean and 5 Tamara's Tree, and we finish off with 2, 5, and 6 on target, Fast Duty, and Just Far. But I do like on target there, and I think it's going to be a day that we might make a little bit of money. Thank God.
Okay, thank you for your time, Alistair, and all the best over the weekend.
D's, looking forward to it all. Should be good fun.
Thanks to Alistair Cohen on behalf of the team at Gallop TV. Alistair Cohen, myself, Dees Dine, and to you, the valued racing fan, it's a busy Saturday, and nice to have the double header. Most of the feature race action will be at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. There should be some sizable pools on the day, but there's lots to chase for at the Big T with the 8 races carded. You got Alistair Cohen's guidance, and have a blast, find all the winners, and hopefully it turns out to be a wonderful day for you.